Today, the Doo-Doo Browns are bad. I mean, so bad. What is Hugh to do? And who will be the mad bro after Sunday? Brady's revenge on the NFL? Oh, let's see. And Conor McGregor in the circus rolls on. Let's see what he does next. And change your face, dude. Because Sports Nation, you know what happens. It starts right now.
Sports Nation is presented by Toyota.
Welcome to Sports Nation. I'm Marcellus, Wiley. That's Mike Golick Jr. Michelle Beadle, she's out today. And since it's Friday, nobody wanted to come in and replace her, so it's just us two. You guys are stuck with us. So let's jump right into things with Brown and out. Ooh. Last night, the Browns and rookie quarterback Cody Kessler were hanging in there against the Ravens. But after an ugly drive, Coach Hugh Jackson decided to bench Kessler for a 37-year-old Josh McCown, who came in and stunk up the place. Browns lost. What's new? Coach Hugh, what's up?
What do I do now? Cody's still the quarterback. I took Cody out of the game because I wanted a spark. It was a little bit different and difficult, and so I wanted to try the veteran. And that's what I did. And there's nothing more to it than that.
All right, here's a closer look at how things went last night. Goalie, did you have a problem with Jackson going to Josh McCown for a spark?
I do. In a purely football sense, I always hate these moves. It feels like you're doing something just to do it, and especially when you've got a young guy who's starting to grow right now. That's what you're doing with Cody Kessler. You know, really the whole MO for this Browns organization right now is you're looking at the long term. You know that's the way you've built things around here. But I also understand from a football sense, from a team sense, those guys out there, you owe it to them to try and get a win at some point because it's hard going to work when you're losing as much as they are at this point. So it's tough for me, but I'm always against these quarterback changes. It breaks up the flow of everything, and that's such a position where getting into rhythm means so much.
And it causes an issue with your trust and your trust in your coach. Think about it. This is Hugh Jackson, which everyone is touting as the next great coach. But if we look at his one season as a Raider coach, 8-8, so that's average. And then you come out and you got an 0-10 record, and then you can't even get your guys lined up for the first play from scrimmage. We watched these guys line up on the first play. I mean, the first play. They just came from the sidelines with coach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, shake your head if you want. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 guys from the first play of scrimmage, which sets the tone, which lets you know, is this coach, is this team going to be something going forward? Is the arrow pointing up? The jury's still out on him as a coach. I know he's had issues at quarterback. I know he's had injuries at quarterback. He's had offensive line troubles. All these things are maybe dressing up an issue, which may start to fall on Hugh Jackson in prime time. This is a display you give to the entire nation. Not a good sign.
No, not a good look at all. At this point, Hugh Jackson's got to be feeling like that dog in the room on fire, where no matter what he does, it's going to burn. And for him last night,
oh man, that dog.
Yeah, this is fine. Everything's fine right now because you look, he makes that change, hoping for a spark. But we know in the second half, they're a team that's been outscored 151-51 in the second half so far this year. So it doesn't seem no matter what he does, they're going to end up being the Browns.
Oh, man, that's terrible. I mean, 0-6 team may be on the horizon for this team. Now, let's talk about a team that they may can beat. We don't even know about that. Alabama. Let's talk about Alabama. And Brian Kelly, very upset at Nick Saban in Alabama after Saban had former player Trent Richardson and other ex-Alabama players practice with the team to help them prepare for their game against LSU. Kelly had this to say about it. I think it's absolutely ludicrous. Doesn't sound like college football to me. By the way, this is totally allowed under the rules. Golick, you played for Brian Kelly. What are your thoughts?
Listen.
Don't give me the Notre Dame gloves.
I'm not going to give you the Notre Dame
gloves. I played for Notre Dame. I don't want that. Give me your objective opinion. You work at ESPN now.
I'll give you the facts here. And listen, I think it sounds like a bit of whining right here, right? Because everyone's allowed to do this. This is under the rules for everyone. What I will say is it seems strange as a practice, right? That the NCAA, with everything that they restrict for a lot of these teams, is going to allow this, which seems so off the wall. It's something that's really just come into play or that we've seen happen this year. Marshawn Lynch practiced with Cal when they were in Australia, getting some scout team reps for them. Blake Sims was back with Alabama when they were getting ready for Texas A&M. So this is something we've seen teams start to exploit this year. I'm wondering where it's been before and how the NCAA has really allowed this to happen. But as far as Brian Kelly's complaint, this is a level playing field. We can all do it. we know some people that are available to come help out if you need it.
Okay.
So I don't know why you wouldn't make use of some of those resources.
Oh, they're struggling enough already at 3-6. I don't think they need you or anybody else on that level to come back.
Now, that's probably a good call.
But if you look at this situation, to me, this is about class. This is about sophistication. This is about the coaches who are not only playing the game visually with the X's and O's, but are playing the game within the game and the game outside the game. Jim Harbaugh, who's moving his satellite training camps to other places. Why? For other efforts in recruiting. You talk about Nick Saban, who says, I'm going to bring back an ex-player, a player who has a name around here, inspires my guys through a hell of a week against LSU, and also we're going to get some great reps. I think the coaches who are not looking through the landscape with that level of vision, with that wide a scope, are the coaches that are getting left behind.
It is, and just like the satellite camps, we see a lot of the complaint because it's something that's very jarring, right? It's something we're not used to seeing. We wait and see how they adjust going forward now. Do we start to see Brian Kelly and other coaches move towards a bit more of this, or does the resistance create a rule change like we so often see with the NCAA?
Yeah, now let's move on to a different sport. Let's go to MMA, and let's talk about what happened yesterday. Ahead of UFC 205, the notorious Conor McGregor made quite a scene at the pre-fight conference, showing up late in a white mink and acting a donkey. Let's relive this.
Sorry I'm late, I just don't give up. I run New York City. I'm a imp. Rocky Gucci Mick. My legacy, I'll be immortalized after this one.
Coach is an author. He's an author of a book.
Best-selling book, we do it all.
Now, I'm supposed to ask, do we still enjoy this? But I think that's a dumb question because absolutely I love this. You talk about a guy who could bring you hype on a Friday and then bring you hell on Saturday. He lives up to the billing. He brings all this energy to a point where I'm interested in the entire card where I see a Conor McGregor come out there with that level of excitement. We talk about it in all sports, our sport, the NFL. What are guys complaining about? They can't have fun. They can't have excitement. We are grown men playing a kid's game. And if you're in the MMA or you're in NFL or any sport, when you see that level of energy, it's contagious. Gotta love it.
I did love it for a little while, and he even almost had me there with the mink. I'm just glad to see him wearing clothes after his brief NBA stint the other night where he decided that that was, in fact, optional. But at some point for me, this all starts to feel a little bit forced. You saw the chair grab in there. It felt like a little bit of a WWE promo, which we've seen him sort of start politicking for down the road here. So I'm getting a little too caught up in the act for me, and I start to root. I hope to see the interest you want me to have in the card. I hope to see this dude get knocked out now. I kind of like seeing the guy run his mouth, get it shut before.
But when the celebrations get elaborate, they always have to be forced. They always have to be calculated. He wore a white mink, Golick. A white mink with the tag still on it because he's letting you know I'm bringing it back after I get my money right. After I get that win. Boy, if I had that lip sweater on that one.
They got to update that picture.
They got to update that picture.
But accuracy.
But that mink is so clean, man. You talk about a guy who brings it on every level, showmanship, and then he brings it when he's in the octagon. I'm loving it, man. So give him some love, brother. No?
Yeah,
you out. All right, let's go to some bad news since we got Scrooge over here. Let's start with the first year. Let's go with Funes Mori, Argentina, Brazil. Mori completely flips Neymar and gets a yellow card.
Him and Richard Sherman texted before this one. Got you.
Neymar lives. Damn, that looked like it could hurt. Upper back fracture or something. 2 jeers for Spencer Drango.
Oh, my man.
Oh, this is bad. Browns, Ravens. Drango doesn't do a great job at protecting his quarterback. Let's say that. But if we take a second look at this, I don't know where his athletic ability went.
He just sort of like glitched right there. The computer system was fried. He saw it happening.
That's stop shuffling. That's a guy living too much in the playbook. And 3 jeers for South American soccer. Check out this ridiculous.
Get off me.
Hey, if you can't control your rage, on my farm, we have a way to handle you, okay? You imagine that? We'll be right back. But first, Rachel Nichols took the jump to the White House for the Cavs visit with President Obama. And it airs today at 5 Eastern. Wow, they got that money, huh? Here's a sneak peek at what they did.
Can't hide it.
Finally get to meet the president and first lady. I don't know. It's it's kind of weird.
You did put a shirt on for the occasion, like President Obama asked you to.
Yeah, oh, of course, of course.
Speaking of old guys who can still hoop.
Hey, how are
doing?
you? Good to see you.
What is this on camera here?
This is
We're being
ESPN.
recorded.
Yeah, you're
ESPN.
being recorded. Can you say what these White House visits mean to you, to have all these sports teams come in over the years?
It's so much fun, and it's especially great for the staff and people who work in government who are crazy fans to be able to meet the heroes and cheer them on.
Do you know any crazy sports fans?
Oh,
No.
no.
You ready to go, guys? You ready to roll? So, from the 2016 World Champion Cleveland Cavaliers, we wanted to present this 16 Obama jersey.
I like this.
Come on, guys.
Now, the other thing is, though, these sleeves get tight. Can I tear these out?
I'll show you exactly how to do it.
All right. Well, why don't we strike the podium here so we get a better picture? Team, come on up.
Sports Nation is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back. Let's play the more likely game. Voice of God. What's first?
More likely to dominate, Tom Brady or the Seahawks defense? Go Marcellus.
All right, the Patriots take on the Seahawks in New England. This season, Tom Brady has thrown 12 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Richard Sherman and the rest of Seattle's defense will be looking to change that. So, goalie, more likely to dominate, Brady or the Hawks D?
I'm going with Tom Brady this year. You take an already all-time great quarterback who seems to never age, a guy who the last time these teams met in a game we all remember a little bit, tossed 4 touchdown passes, and now put that added motivation that we've seen behind him all season. He has gone out there and played like a man on fire. You mentioned no interceptions so far this season. They've got that dynamic duo at tight end with Gronk and Marcellus Bennett. I think they keep this train rolling.
I think it's the Seahawks D. They have more motivation to go out there and revenge that loss. Even though you can't in the regular season, they're going to try. Also, you can't win if you can't score. Seahawks defense gives up 16 points a game, 3rd in the NFL. And also, this is a team that knows how motivated they have to be to make sure that they're on par with the Patriots. So, voice of God, what's next?
More likely to score more touchdowns, is it Odell Beckham Jr. or A.J. Green?
Giants-Bengals on Monday night feature 2 of the best wide receivers in the game. Bengals corners have already admitted that Odell can run every route on the route tree. And A.J. Green leads the NFL with 112 receiving yards per game. So who you got, Golik?
I'm going with Odell Beckham Jr. on this one. He's been a changed man since his incident with the net not too long ago.
Yeah, their love affair with the net.
Since that point, 4 touchdowns in 3 games, tied for the most since week 6 in the NFL. He's shown he can get in the zone. Some of the big yardage has been lacking so far, but you know he can go off at any given time. He's got the quarterback to match with it. I'm expecting a big game from him.
Yeah, I'm expecting a bigger game from A.J. Green, who's consistent and always giving you the yards that's necessary to move the chains. Not always the touchdowns, but certainly a go-to receiver, averaging 112 yards per game. That's obvious, going to be great, best in the NFL. Odell Beckham, a little inconsistent at times because of Eli Manning's play. Sometimes Eli doesn't get him the ball. Therefore, Odell has that affair with the net. We'll see how that plays out. Voice of God, what's next?
Duo more likely to dominate, is it Big Ben and Brown or Dak and Zeke?
Youngins Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott have led their team to a 7-1 record so far. They will face Big Ben, who is back from injury, and one of the most dynamic receivers in the league, Antonio Brown. Which duo will dominate, Golik?
I'm going to go with Dak and Ezekiel Elliott here. They're going to dominate on consistency right here. This has been a team. Dak Prescott completed better than 70% of his passes in 5 games so far this year, leads the NFL. We know they're tied for first as far as fewest sacks given up. This has a lot to do with that group in front of them. When you're playing behind the best line in football, that rushing attack looks great. It gives your young quarterback time, and it lets these guys go out. You establish dominance the right way that this football team does.
I would have agreed with you if it was last week, but this week is 2 weeks removed for Ben Roethlisberger to be back on the field. So now you got a different guy, and he's at home. He's a completely different quarterback at home than he is on the road. So guess what? When Roethlisberger feeling a little better, a little healthier, and he's at home, a little too much for the young crew to come back in. Voice of God, what's next?
More likely for NFL refs, a clean weekend or more controversy?
Over the last few weeks, we know the NFL refs have made some pretty bad calls and some non-calls that have impacted the outcome of a few games. So what's more likely for the NFL refs? A clean weekend or more controversy?
I'm going to go for more controversy. We know the eyes are going to be on them, and that's been a lot of the biggest difference right now. We live in an age where we've got social media, we've got cameras on everything. So the reaction is immediate, and it comes in high volume. So with all of this added pressure, with all of these added eyes on top of these reps after what went down last week, knowing they're not getting punished for what happened in that Seahawks game there, I think you're going to see some controversy, if no other reason, because we're all going to be looking for it.
Well, I think it's a clean weekend because every single weekend we have bad calls, but we don't always have controversy. What we do is exaggerate it, us in the media, and we talk about it every week, but it's not every week that there's a real controversy. So I think we will exaggerate it once again, and we'll make it seem like there's something, but all in all, I think this is going to be a clean week. Pulse of the Nation, presented by Toyota. Last night, after another Lakers win, Kentucky alums DeMarcus Cousins and Julius Randle got into it. Golden, what do you think they're saying to each other?
Hey, man, you seen Girl on a Train yet? I heard it didn't quite live up to the standard set by the book.
Oh, no. Oh, you went there. Oh, I thought they were going back to, hey, man, how much you get paid at Kentucky? Oh, what? They paid you that much? No. Oh,
Coach
that's
Cal,
still my girl.
Giving out raises.
That's still my girl. What? Go back to the dorms, man. You ain't been back yet. Something like that. But you notice Julius is deep. The Lakers are together. And DeMarcus is solo over there. Yeah. I don't know what that says about team chemistry right there, but we'll see. Loser. Could have been DeMarcus in that fight. Unspectacular saves. Check out this awesome diving save Ryan Miller made last night. Woo! Snagged it. I was just at a hockey game last week. Shout out to the Kings. Beat the Calgary Flames 5-0. Yes, I was easy to identify in the audience, but it was a good. I didn't see anything like that. But amazing hockey when you're there.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Does this fill your guys' hockey quota on SportsNation for the year now? Are you good to go from here on?
Oh, yeah, we're going to fill it right here.
It was impressive. I just love how big and goofy he looks sliding in those pads. It looks like a bear got lost on the ice out there.
Yeah, that's
great catch, though.
Yeah, and then he caught it with the offhand, which we don't see a lot in the NFL. So,
hey.
Good move for you, brother. Let's go to winner. Shock. Oh, okay, let's call it feelings then. All right, whatever. Iman Shumpert made this face yesterday when he saw President Obama's podium get disassembled. He later tweeted, quote, all he said was team. Hashtag he the man. Goalie, is this level of shock justified?
Oh, it absolutely is. You saw what he did to a table with just one word. He's thinking, imagine what he could do to me if I slip up. So he's making sure he minds his P's and Q's while he's in front of the president.
I mean, he's getting that King Joffrey Joffrey on Oha. I mean, all he did was that, and Oha just came out and just took the entire podium. Insane.
Yeah, we missed that. We missed the rose petals. That was off on the other side of the camera out there.
I mean, Obama's got to flex his muscle. He only got, 6 weeks left? Got to do it, brother.
Exactly.
I ain't mad at you, man. Loser. Haslam's face. Ooh. Dwayne Wade returned to Miami and blew chalk in Udonis Haslam's face before the game began. Golik, what do you think about that?
I don't know if Udonis is the guy I want to do. I know they got the history there, but you're on opposing sides now. We talked about how Pat Rowley is, you're either with me or against you. I got to imagine Haslam falls into that same vein.
But I wonder if he was torn. Like, part of him was like, oh, this is cool, but part of him was like, damn, Riley's going to watch this and get mad at me. So I don't know which way to fall. But I know who wasn't with that. Winslow, Justice Winslow, was not playing in games. Dwayne Wade tried to walk up to him and say, what's up, youngster? He was like, nah, old man. Not that kind of party anymore. So
play too much.
Loser. Go with the Mets fans. Bartolo Colon is reportedly signing with the Atlanta Braves, bringing an end to a very special era in Mets baseball. Oh, Golick, how sad should Mets fans be?
I feel like they need to turn on that Sarah McLachlan music right now and just hit the sad B-roll of great Bartolo moments. It's rare that you get to see a fat man do the feats of athleticism that he's accomplished in his sport. They will long look back fondly on these memories. We're going to miss him. Big sexy, Bartolo.
Big sexy, big chunks, man. Another guy who says don't let the fat fool you, man. Yes. He's been out there balling for a long time. But, hey, at least he's not retiring from the sport, just moving on to a different place, different market, but we'll still get to see him go get it, huh?
Yeah, a little change of scenery. We got two guys up here that can appreciate feats of fat excellence out there on the field.
You ain't lying. I tell them all the time. All right, size me up if you want. Never mind. I think we spoke too soon,
That's
big guy.
foul right there. That's foul.
Oh, that's it from L.A. We'll see you next week. Beadle, hopefully see you here, too. Stop taking Fridays off. 3 day.